What's up, Vanguardians? This is Jonathan S.B. Mindham here with a word from the Butler video. And today I actually only want to talk about a couple of things in particular, and then I have a list of questions, and I'm going to be adding actually like a little segment to my word from the Butlers, and I'm going to try to do them every time. It's going to be called Taking Out the Trash. A couple of things I always see in the community or in card games, and I really want to take out the trash. I want to get rid of some of these things. But first and foremost, I want to say thank you to anyone who watches. I think big part of a lot of success of things that I've done, especially, is because I've done something like this and I've done live streams and things like that. So thank you again for watching, and it really means a lot to me that you choose to listen to me sometimes talk. Second is, as for those who do not know, I'm currently running a subscriber drive, I guess is what you want to call it. So the more people who sign up, the more mats I will give away from the Team 2XC Vault. And so that means for until now, to the end of February, which is the 28th of September, or February, I will give away a mat for every 50 subscribers that I receive. And right now I started at 250, I went to 300, I went to 350, and we're currently at like 352, so another 48 gets a third mat. And again, if you win, you can choose from any of the mats from the vault. I know I promised a Dot X mat, but again, I'm a reasonable man, so if you want to win something else, you're more than welcome to do so. I've had a lot of success with it so far. I feel like jumping 100 members in just a couple of days is really nice, but I need more. I need to make sure the word of Vanguard gets out there, and from a good view. Anything I try to do for this community. Anything on this channel, again, is generally for the group. There are some things that I don't say or do, and I do mark them. I'm not saying everything's Vanguardians related, but I do try to do it Vanguardians related. The next thing is, in addition to this tournament, I want to talk about, or the contest is tournaments. I want to talk about the live, some of the events that will be going on here soon, starting in March. We'll be having the Stride Generation Tournament, which I'm really excited. It's the first time that in the online tournaments we'll be hosting these strides. It will be up to set 2 if they have it released. I'm really hoping they do, as a person who has a lot banked on seeing what comes out and things like that. So it'll be really fun and different, and allow people to get a chance to actually try out this stuff because it is so new. It's first time we'll be really using Stride in the legal format will be end of this month. So it's a good timing. I feel like tournaments are really good for that. There will be prizes given away to the top 3 players. I listened to what Niall had posted, and people wanted to see top 4. I'm going to do top 3. And we're going to do things a little bit differently this time around as far as how the prizes go, who can win them, how you can win them. I've had not so great success with sending things internationally, and it's not because I can't do it. It is because there is just a lot more involved. So I'm going to change up how the pricing is done, more so based on if you win and you're international, basically, I'm going to try to do PayPal. Like PayPal you estimated retail value. That way you get your money simultaneously, your prizes simultaneously. That way you can buy them if you want. It's so hard to try to ship internationally and not it takes months. Literally, I'm still in tracking for some of these things. It just takes a long time. So I don't ever want to feel like I haven't given them their prizes. And I think now a lot of people have gotten their prizes, and I appreciate those who post and show that they've gotten their prizes and that they've made videos. I even appreciate that more. Everything helps. And one of the big things about these tournaments, it is for the players. It is for the people of the group. I've never once asked for money. I never will probably do so unless it comes need to where people want to do that. I mean, I don't see that happening. I think the players of this group, this is a chance for them to go to tournaments that they normally can't go to or participate in to a degree, and I think it's just a lot of fun. And then that tournament will start to take place at the beginning of March. And I knew I said I was going to do another one. I was like, I'm done. I'm going to take a break. And then I got talked into to considering another one, and then we sat down and spoke about it, and we now decided that the one in April that we'll host is actually going to be an ARG one. And what I mean by that is an ARG event will actually allow people from the North American continent to actually win tournaments tokens, they call them, to actually get into the ARG events. Now, those who are not ARG friendly or understand what ARG is Ultra Reality Games. Really, 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 really the Cardfight Vanguard's best friend right now. Like, we need them so much, and I don't even think people realize this. Like, the ARG is the evolution of our game in so many ways. They allow a best 2 out of 3. They are timed rounds, so it doesn't end at 20 minutes. They allow for people to buy into their tournaments in a way that's actually very unique, where you buy in, you get 5 packs. If you top 8, you get tokens, I believe it is, or certain amount of prizes. If you win, you get an invite to the championship. All those things are going on. It's Bushiroad on crack in many ways, because this is the things that our community needs, and I don't think people understand how important it is. Like, ARG is the next way for us to evolve as a community and to actually have a competitive scene. Like, you can't tell me that Bushiroad is your one and only outlet for playing these games. I'm sorry, it is not the way it needs to go. Bushiroad happens to do maybe 2 events a year, multiple locations at one time, but not enough. There's not enough. And the prizes are nothing. You can invite to go play to win a trophy to get a title. But yeah, I mean, you're the national champ, I guess, or the world champ, but what do you win? Like what? I mean, yeah, you get this title, but you're not really winning anything. So something like ARG that comes along and actually goes, I can give you money, you can get packs, you can get prizes, you can get mats, you can get all these things, is our version of what we need. If you are not familiar with the Japanese tournament scene, Bushiroad is not the tournaments there. They are sometimes a tournament, just like here. Majority of their events are based on other card shops, other places, other establishments creating the tournament structure. We need things like ARG to live, to survive, to produce as a competitive scene. And ARG can't be the only one, though. Like, they're just starting out. Their last tournament in Texas with 97 people. 97 people. For those who do not know, in Tennessee this past October, their tournament play, how many people they got was 126, I believe it was. So for ARG, a non-official Bushiroad tournament, to get 97 people in one day is very damn good. Damn good. And we as a community need to start looking for these events. They're now producing kits that your shops can buy and actually host their own tournaments. It's good for the shops in many ways because they're ARG sponsored. So what does that mean? Again, the people who show up to the events can actually get these tokens and actually go and redeem them at ARG events in the future. Heck, you can win enough tokens you can actually get your way buys into the first round of the national championship. Like, this is so crucial, it's not even funny. And everyone's like, oh, come here, come here, come here. Oh, come to California, come to Massachusetts, come to New Orleans, come to wherever. It doesn't matter. You can actually now buy these kits and actually have your stores, your locals, someone produce them, and actually then have the ability to actually give away these tokens and prizes and mats. And then if you were dedicated enough, you could actually fly out to the championship. Or again, you could actually win enough points to actually go to obtain it and get the transportation to go to this trip or the championship. You can win it. And guys, it has to happen. It only happens with us as the community, as us as the people and getting involved with it. Robbie Cole has done a wonderful job of getting people to know about it. He's done a fantastic job of making sure people are knowing about the events and getting more. And really getting the guy who runs it all, Jim, to really get behind it as we as a player base. He tried this last year. It got so-so. I remember attending one in Indiana and only got 25 people. But what really ends up coming down to it, what really comes down to it is, you as the player base need to demand it. You need to want it. You need you really need to start putting it home and actually getting people to want to participate this. And I can't say it enough, and maybe it sounds preachy, but again, this game relies on you as the player base. It relies on everyone who wants to play it to actually support something like this. I know the gentleman from Cardfight Pro, he's writing articles about it. All the time he'd write articles about this these kind of events. This is our chance. This is our competitive scene that we wanted. This is the competitive chance that we needed, and this is here to stay. I really think with the success that they had almost 100 in Florida, they had almost 100 in Texas, they're having a ton in Atlanta. I mean, it's going to happen. You just need to help it build and help it control. Don't sit there and go, oh, what can ARG do for me? What can you do for ARG? What can you do for these things? Like, this is truly a dynamic that you got to look at and really expand upon. And and get behind, because someone like me, someone like Robbie Cole, we can only do so much. And I've been working with them and trying to help them, and we're going to do a lot more. But I personally know that I'm going to be attending one in the end of this month, actually a few weeks, in Kentucky. I don't expect Kentucky to get huge numbers. I would love to see them get 30 players. I would love to see them get just that. Because you know what? What happened in Chicago when I attended, and I got to judge that one, we barely had over 30. Chicago's huge. It should have garnered huge amounts. I personally take the blame for that. Because someone like me, I personally need to do more to help our community grow, and I need to get people to understand what this means, and it'll become a personal mission of mine from this point on to make sure that you as the people get what you deserve, and a tournament like this is exactly what you deserve. And for those who attend in Kentucky, shoot me a message. I'd love to do something when we're there, live streaming, video, interview, something. But I would definitely think the ARG is the way to go and actually put our money and invest in. Because when you attend a Bushiroad event, you get a free something, but it's nothing that everyone else doesn't get. You attend an ARG event, there's a lot more on the line than you ever will know, because there's just so much more you can do here, and it actually is a local aspect that happens consistently. So please, if you get a chance to go to an ARG event, go. If you don't and you want one in your area, inquire about the kits. Get your store to buy a kit. Get a major store. Like, it is not that hard. I think it's something that's really unique and something that I think in the past has kind of been done, but now going forward, it really is definitely needed. And I really hope you guys get behind it. I'm already preaching on it in this video. And I talked about the tournaments, talked about the ARG. I actually wanted to talk about ARG in general. It was a good segue. The next thing I want to talk about is taking out the trash. This taking out the trash is going to be really unique, and I was in a conversation the other day online, and I saw someone post something about Neonectar, and I'm like, okay, I'll go in, and I saw, and I made a comment just about something. I think it was maybe the Stride decks, and I said, like, don't run that, run this, this is what you're looking at, this is what you get, this is the rewards. And the guy goes, I've been playing this deck since set 8 or something like that, and I know exactly what I'm shutting up. It's vomiting actions that you're giving me right now. I want to vomit. I'm so tired of hearing people go, I'm so pro because I played this clan since set 1. It doesn't matter how long you played the clan, it's how good you are with it. Now, for a matter of fact, I've never seen your names on anywhere saying that you played that clan, and I've never seen any tournament results saying that you played the clan, and I've never seen anything that even remotely gives me the ability to think that you're a good player with that clan. It's just the ability that you have of love for the clan. I get it. I do. I truly get it. I truly understand that you have a great care for Neonectar, Angel Feather, Cockerel, whatever it may be. I understand that that is your clan. But here's what I can't stand, is you're going on giving people bad advice. What you're going on is going, this is how you would play it. Anything I've ever done, I'm never an expert at this game. I've never said I was the greatest at the player of the game. But what I have done is given my personal opinion, and never do I ever sit here and go, my opinion is the only opinion. Do I get contested at times, and do I get the ability that I need to defend my answers? Yes, like any normal human being. But I do not sit there and go around, I've been playing this clan since set 2, and I'm so good at it, you have no clue about how great I am. Enough. Shut it. Just because you play an area against your friends doesn't make you the greatest freaking player in the game. It actually means that you just have a love and dedication to it. I'm proud of you for even having a love dedication to a crappy clan that you may or may have not had. I'm very happy that you may or may have had a good clan that just sacks all day. I don't care. But what it comes down to it is, just shut up. I don't need to hear about your waifu. I don't need to hear about your ability to be so awesome with a clan that you started playing at set 14 meta, but you think you're all of a sudden an expert, i.e., I've seen people say that about Neonectar, and I'm going, Neonectar had some of the worst units they ever produced in the set 14 meta. So, anywho, that's my taking out the trash with the Butler as far as that goes. And I really can't say it enough when people sit there and say that they're an expert. Don't listen to some people's advice, because they're only giving you their one-sided advice. If you have a general question, I feel like you need to seek the answers. You can always call Bushiroad or email Bushiroad. You can always do, when general public opinion, I guess what people ought to do, they like to go and what clan should I play next? I can't wait to play whatever clan you all say. Well, why are you playing the deck? Are you wanting to really play the deck because this is what you want to invest in? Are you really just wanting to do this to waste your time so in a month I can see it posted on Vanguardians in North America that you're selling the deck that you had no clue how to fucking operate? Or is it really coming down to the fact that you just listened to a bunch of people you had no clue who you knew and are just deciding to just go with whatever you deem as meta or what they deem as meta? Play what you want. Have fun with what you want. Everyone always told me when I started playing Musketeers in the set 16 or what was deemed set 17, the deck wasn't good. The Japanese didn't believe it. The Japanese did crazy things. I started playing it. I loved it. I had great faith in the deck. I put faith into it. I did great things with it. I didn't ask for anyone to tell me what they thought of what I did. I just went and did it. So basically saying, you love it, you can build it, you can achieve it, you can win with it. Flat out. Now we're done with the talking with the trash. Let's go to talking to the players, and I asked them a couple questions, or asked them today what questions they would like me to answer. I'm going to try to answer as many of these as possible. There's quite a bit. Like, I'm glad that your guys' list is growing, but it is harder and harder to keep these videos short and simple, and I will do my best to answer them. And we are going to start with Brett Washing. What do you think of the current support for Fighter Collection 2015? I've seen so many people pissed about the 3 cards that they revealed. I mean, we're like, shit, or terrible, and it's too early to tell, guys. Like, there's 3 cards. Yeah, the darker regular one's kind of lackluster, but I mean, the ability to get 1,000 for every soul charge you have during your main phase is very easy to do with, in the front row. Everyone gets in the front row. It's very easy to do with, darker regulars. I don't see that being an issue. I just wish it was more of a late game, like where it says like something else. So, yeah, okay. The Pelennor one, unlocking cards, is that a signal? Is that a sign, Bushiroad? Are you telling us there's going to be some crazy Link Joker support that we should expect? Like, I might just pick up that card for the sheer fact of that. It scares me a little bit in the respect of what it leads to. It's not what the card does, it's just what it leads to. And there was another one, the Celestial one. Again, okay. I feel they announced that the Fighters Collection, every clan gets 2 grade 4s. I feel like everyone kind of gets like that gimmicky one, and they may get a serious one. Hopefully the serious ones we have not seen yet, and they're going to get better. Just saying. What are you personally hoping to see at Fighters Collection 2015? If you could pick one unit to give a revival unit to, what would it be? Okay, I'm going to say this, and I should have talked about this and taken out the trash, but I didn't. I really do want to see a Spec Duke Revival Legion. Like, I didn't make a troll post. I didn't make it. I mean, to be a trolling post. I made it to be legitimate conversation. Like, for those who don't know, I mean, like, I just made a post the other day with Spec Duke Revival Legion, ? And people flipped their shit. Like, and I've talked about this now several times, and it's like, it's not happening, as far as we know. But I definitely think it would be a really cool Revival Legion. I think the Spec Duke was, like, we used in one episode, forgotten about, and it was just one of those great units that it dominated our meta the first year it was ever in existence, and it was just a really good card. Like, it deserves to have a Revival Legion. Okay, back to Fighters Collection. For Neo Nectar is my favorite clan. I really hope to see a Musketeer Stride unit, because Musketeers are really good in the Stride format. I would like to see that. I think that would be a cool thing. Moving on. Ren Alpha, is Vanguard good? Of course it's good! Like, what kind of question is that? Why are you even in this group if you don't think it's good? Like, the game is good. Vanguard itself is a good game. It's evolving to the point where now we're actually getting caught up with the meta. We're actually evolving in our mechanics. And people are like, hey, oh my god, I can't attack a triple drive dragon card. Who cares? You know how many other games ahead of us are broken, or how many things ahead of us were broken, or how many cards are so broken? Like, yeah, we might have to take a hit, but that's the point of the thing, guys. And if you're Trollsy and you play 16 crit, OTT, yeah, it could hurt. But not all decks are going to be like that. You're always afraid of what's unexpected, or what we don't know about. Stop being afraid. Grab your deck by your hand, the grip of your hand, and just go into battle. That's all I gotta say. I embrace the change. I welcome it. I think it's so good for the game. We're away from the limit break era. We're away from the original aspect of this game, and we're now at a comfortable position where there's so many elements going off. It's actually good. Oh, Aaron Daughtry. What are your thoughts on the Spec Duke Maelstrom Legion that is definitely confirmed? Again, everyone who's watching, This is the trollsiest question I've had. It's not happening. As much as people want it to be happening, it is a great joke. Nothing more. Move on. Kyle Parada. I'm gonna call you. Why is this page turning in the zodiac? Okay, let me. It is not turning into Zodiac. It is the farthest thing from Zodiac. We do not have members of our community that go on and actually just cause cancer, who bleed cancer. This is actually a very good group. I'm tired of the people of North telling us that our group is bad. I'm tired of the admins of my own group telling my group that they should compare their group, or this group, to another group. It is far from that, folks. This group offers free tournaments. It offers live streams with people on them that you just want to hear from. It offers the ability to work with ARG on a consistent basis to offer you great tournaments. It is by far cancerous. I cannot stand when I've been told something I've worked on very hard and something very decent to come out of it is cancerous. You know what was cancerous? When Eric Law was in charge of it. Okay? That was cancer. This group is far from it. Your problem is not with the cancer of this group. It is with Robbie Cole. And you got to get over it. He is a man. He's a human being who likes to have a little fun and who actually can be deemed mean. But if your problem with him is because he's mean, then you got a whole entire issues. This world is full of pissed off people. This world is full of people who would just generally want to get someone's goat. And if you're going to fall for that every time, then you got to man up. Because I'm really tired of hearing how people think this group's cancerous because of Robbie Cole. When is your baby with Neil McDonald due? Robert Mansour. Robert, speaking of trolls and cancer, another 9 months. What is your opinion on the rapper Riff Raff? I know my bae loves him, and we're going to name our first kid after him. It's going to be Riff Raff Niall McDonald, or Niall McDonald Mindham. Hernan Knives. Discuss the top meta decks. Right now it's pretty much everything. I mean, there's a lot out there. Kagura Perditions, obviously, of course. I think they're one of the best because the ability to restand is always a plus. Abyss is always really good. Again, ability to restand. Sink Saver, always ability to restand. What is the common theme here? Anything that restands. Because it's autopilot. And no offense to any of those three decks. I think they're great cards, but I think something like Prominence Glare is very trollsy in the respect, but it doesn't restand and it actually has outs to it. It doesn't grow power every time it does its effect. Its rear guard columns can, but I mean, like in the center of all things, it's like anything that can restand is dominant, especially when the ability of your Vanguard is like 20 plus power. You know, that's scary stuff. I think going forward, that meta is going to change. I think come March, we're going to have a whole new concept here where people are still going to be playing Sig Saber and they're still going to be playing Perditions with their Stride units. But I also think you're going to see the return of OTT, and I think that's a huge thing because OTT does not heavily rely on its rear guards until a little bit later when you want them to. The ability to constantly drive check crits is so good, and the pressure that it offers to your opponent is really scary. You know, I've seen it happen. 3 drive checks of 3 crits. Regardless if you're taking the attack, your rear guards are stacking up with crits. It's very scary. I think a Nova Grappler is huge. I think I've always been a big hater on them. I've never hated them. I always just, you know, me and my teammate Blake always go back and forth with this, and we always said we're like the original players. We played these things for a long time, and he's been a Nova player, and I'm seeing that deck, what it can do, and the ability to restand as much as it can, and the ability to get 5,000 every time. It's deadly. And people need to realize that. They're going to get their asses raped by that deck and not even know what's going on. Is it definitely real, though, Mason Clark, isn't it? Aaron, stop. The joke is dead, my friend. I can't handle enough of the Specduke Maelstrom crap. Great, Carl. What do you think the top decks will become Team League? And are you being investigated by the SEC for your tampering the Vanguard Commodities Exchange, known as the Duke Incident? I'm really sorry for causing massive outpour on, like, this is like the stock exchange or whatever it may be, of me saying Specduke was getting a Legion. Oh my God, that's a soundbite right there. But there is no such thing as a Specduke Revival Legion. I'm hoping there is. That's all I say. Top deck, same thing as I had mentioned. You're going to see a lot of Kagero. You're going to see Dote. You're going to see Dote X. That'll for sure be a thing. One person on that team will be Trollsy and run that. Then you will probably see a Nova Grappler restriding standing unit. And then it'll come down to really what that third one is. You'll probably see a little bit of everything. Maybe that one person that's playing the one thing or the one person playing another. More than likely, it will probably be... I'm thinking Royals. I think Royals will be the third deck everyone plays and decides to play with, just because the late game Sing Saber is really good. Is that what I would like to see everyone to see to play? No, I think people are unoriginal and they only want to play absolutely what just makes them look, cool, instead of actually what they're talented with. That's just how it goes. Tell us why people should only play what wins and why playing anything else is nonsense. I think what Robert means is people always just play what wins. And, and the funny thing about it is any deck can win. I've been a firm believer in that. I probably have said that 1,001 times. Is it fair that some clans can withstand more than others? No. But is it an interesting concept of someone playing another deck that is just beautifully powerful in its own way and competing a deck that does that? Yes. I think when it comes down to it, when you play a deck that wins, it to me, when playing it, I remember playing, it was against a person who was running, it was like Bermuda? A team. This was a team event. It was Bermuda, Kagero, and Shadow Paladins. The Bermuda one threw me off, but it's just interesting to see these things, like always that 1 second, but of course there's always the 2. And, it is just, I don't know. I just feel like there's so much variety now, and we're always going to just see the same decks being played. A lot of decks out there can win right now, folks. I'd love to see Gear Chronicle have a good start out the gate. I don't think it will, just because of the whole thing, but I just love to see it. Chase Morgan, since the announcement of Ren's Super Deck, do you think Majesty will finally get a revival proper subclan support? No. But if there's going to ever be a time, it'll be Fires Collection 2015. I think that's the only time you would ever see it. I just don't think the card is going to get it. And there's not a whole lot of basis off of that. I think if they had the ability to do it, they would have done it. If they do, I feel that's unfair to some of the other clans that deserve a Revival Legion. Again, they've gotten Ezel, which goes with King of Alfred. They should just let it go and move on. What do you think the cards that were released for the Fighters Collection? I've already answered that. Sorry, we won't go back. Also, they're going to be ARG Louisville, cannot Genesis. Also, those going. That is correct. They cannot. Kenny Kong should make this a North American card fight Vanguard and Vanguardians cross promotion type of thing. Get our admins on it. For those who do not know, I'm not very well liked, I feel, by the North American admins. I don't, Kenny, I'm sure you mean goodwill by that. I've tried to do things, and I've tried to progressively move forward and to try to do things. I've lost friends in this battle and things like that. And when people literally ask me why I get upset when someone makes a post or something like that, it's because I've lost friends. Like, you can say internet friends. It's just people I've grown to have respect for I've lost, and it's just hard because I just don't think the admins of North would take it seriously. And as much as I do love a good joke, you got to be serious, and you got to move the group, the community forward. Does Vanguard need more lollies, and why is it an answer yes? Not even answering yet. What's your thoughts on the state of the game with the release of G boosters? Do you think it's balancing out and anything else becoming even, or do you think becoming like Yu-Gi-Oh or the 1-2 deck? No, I think the decks are getting balanced. I think like when you actually see Great Nature give rearguards Glowy Maelstrom effects, it's scary shit. I think, in all honesty, since we do not know all the support, but looking at Generation Booster 2, I think Great Nature is the best clan in the set. Good for them. They deserve it. I would really love to see what the final Neonectar unit is. It was not revealed tonight because there's a holiday in Japan for some reason, so we didn't see a card of the day, but they've been really ducking revealing that card. But other than that, I think it's balanced again. I think, everyone's like, oh, the X. Well, the X isn't the problem. The X is a very good card. But again, any deck can be beaten, guys. When you go into these tournaments, you have to know how to play against it. Like, that's the biggest thing. Learn how to play. Most people just go in going, I'm going to play and hope to win. Ugh. Like, learn how to play. That's all you got to do. Learn how to play the game. Learn numbers. You'll be fine. What are your thoughts and predictions? Are they, in your opinion, dare I say, great? They are great. Bushiroad just loves their dragons. I would love to see Kagero go back to Lawkeeper support. I'd love to see him not do the whole restanding thing. I would love to see them get a little bit different of a mechanic. Seal Dragon sucked. I think Lawkeeper would be a fun base. I just think Kagero gets way too much love on a consistent basis, and I'm hoping right now with Generation they got theirs and they're done for a while. I'm really hoping. Should all kinds be supported like Kageros and Golds are? No. I mean, you gotta have a meta. You gotta keep. I think every card deserves support like them, but I don't think every card should always get support like that. I'm a firm believer that every clan should get, because every clan mostly does, is a Glory Maelstrom effect card, an extra crit card, a restanding card. They just don't do it, and that's how you would balance it, but it just doesn't happen. All right, moving on. If Garmar were to make his return, what Paladin unit would he be, Royal, Shadow, or Gold? I want to say Gold. Just because Royals have kind of had their thing, they've done it, and they're moving on. Shadows, no. Shadows is going to focus on so much other shit that we're just not even going to be prepared for, and people are going to just cream their pants, and it's going to be just ridiculous. What do you think the meta once G2 is released in Japan? I think, again, you're going to see a lot of great nature players, and you're going to see a lot of people who don't know how to play it, so then it's going to fall aside, and it's not going to become meta anymore. And what they made him do, they did make him a little more easy friendly. So Narukami is interesting. I do like Narukami. I don't know if there's enough support there to make them so fantastically broken. Everyone keeps talking about Crimson and Vermilion, and I think the card's good, but it lacks what it truly needs to have. So it to me, again, it's a fun card. It's not going to be the meta. What do you think is the worst problem the Vanguard community is facing right now? I think there's a lot of people who think they know what they're doing, and then there's a lot of people who think they know how to play the game, and then there's just people who have no clue. And the people who do know how to play the game are actually hurting it in the respect of, I shouldn't say that. There's a lot of people who know what they're doing, but then they're so damn cocky that it creates this arrogance that is not good. And it's okay to be arrogant in any card game. It's okay, not arrogant, so it would be kind of cocky, but you hurt the game more by being that way, and this game is about math and it's about luck. You can be defeated. So get off your high horse, walk back into the saloon, and get up on that bar and play again. Stop acting like you're the goddamn king of the game. I really get tired of that. There's just too many people like that. Deck's a game of chance. Shit happens. Or crit happens. And those who don't know how to play the game, read the rules. Pick up a book, learn how to play. I've seen so many things where people go, oh my god, you can't do that. You can't summon a monster after you did an activation effect. Pisses me off. Read the book. Read the rules. Shadows is more likely he's... Oh, guys, stop talking about this crap in my own chat. What do you think the best deck is other than possible legend decks? Kai, Aichi, Masaki? I don't care. Masaki's in it, so she's not a legend deck. Aichi's going to be in it. Kai is going to be in it. So it's all stopping out of those things are not going to happen. They even alluded to it several times, and they even had artwork for them. So guess what? They're not getting a legend deck. The people you're more than likely are going to see to get is the Pale Moon player, the Tetsu. You're going to see crazy shit like that. Ren is not in this season, I guess. That's exactly how I feel about it. He should not be in it. Move on. Get a new waifu, assholes. Neil, you're not bad. Niall, you're not bad at this game. You're actually really good. You're one of the best players I've ever come across. Does mixed clans give the players advantage or disadvantage EX? Guys, I've always been a firm believer in no mixing of clans. I think there's only a few decks that do really well. The rest of them become a little gimmicky, and it's harder to control because you, again, rely on a lot of luck and factors that are not always necessarily there for you. So in the long run, my personal opinion is play one clan. Do your best with that. Tommy Allen decided to send us now. Blah blah blah. Are you coming to California? Yes. I can't wait to be there with Team Stream. How successful the G Series be? Cards not in the show, getting newer players to the game. I don't think that's the issue, Denzel. I think there's already players playing this game. I think the show's going to suffer. I don't think the card game's going to suffer itself. I don't think you're getting new players that have anything to do with the show, unless it's Japan. You know, I've always been a big component of the show. Just really is lax in just decent common knowledge. Like, there's like one player, remember what Tetsu, if he was simply not rode Amon reverse and called him to the rear guard, he would have won. You know, things like that. With Stride coming out for Kagro, do you believe Dauntless reverse? No! I will not rise up in the tier substitute cheap meta deck for Kagro since it's energy of the Dauntless reverse will never be good, in my opinion. I think what you gotta remember, guys, when you're striding and all this, that fucking grade 3 loses his abilities. Like, he doesn't become anything great. What you gotta remember when the end of the day is, there are better units already for Kagro in general. I don't think it's ever going to be good again. And reverse units in this meta is hard because you're losing field advantage when you need those full-on attacks when you're striding, and the power creep is so good. Mason Clark, this is a question you're going to ask why I loathe you. I just do. Alright, guys, that is my my word from the Butler. There's one final thing I want to talk about, is the upcoming stream that I'm hosting next week on the 18th. Please tune in. There's going to be a great guest. I've only announced 2 right now, which we have Brandon Rodriguez, the North American admin, and I've announced today, this evening, Alice White. And if those who don't know, she is the wonderful and beautiful mind from V Monday. And she has been a former guest on the show, calling it All-Stars for the group of people who are going to be on it. I feel are all-stars of this community, and they're great. I will be giving away 3 SP Vermilions. I feel, again, with that hype coming up, these are going to be fun. I would definitely want to give them away. So please tune in and watch. That being said, guys, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, comment, like this video, and let me know what more you want to hear. Thank you so much.